Kate, I'm sorry to ask this of you, but do you think you can pick up some food on the way home? I'm really busy with work right now, so I don't really have the time to make anything for dinner tonight.
Huh?
And it seems your dad will be late coming home from work as well. So I'm wondering if you can pick up enough food for the three of us. I'll make sure to pay you back later for everything.
What kind of work are you busy with, you freaking shut-in loser? All you're busy with right now is trying to sleep all day, you idiot.
What?
Now you're even asking me to provide dinner for the family? Do you really think that you can call yourself a mother by doing things like that? The fact that this is even happening to me is screwed up.
Now, wait a minute, Kate. Calling me a shut-in loser like that is not okay, right? You're not saying those things about me, correct?
Well, who else would I be talking about right now? You never leave the house to go work like a parent should, and instead sit around all day watching TV or something lame like that. And not just those things, but you never get around to doing the chores or cooking anymore, you pathetic woman. I'm going to go and stay the night at Grandma's house again, okay? So if you want to have food brought home for you, then go out and buy it yourself, idiot.
Excuse me?
And since Dad's not going to be home until later, you'll just have more time to sit around and do nothing, right? I'm not going home to someone that disgusting, so I'll stay at her place.
Can you please get a hold of yourself, Kate? Calling your own mother things like a shut-in loser and an idiot are not okay. You already are well aware that I do a lot of work for my job. And that's the whole reason you're able to live a wonderful life with little to no worries in it about things like food and clothing.
Are you kidding me? You can't say things like that about yourself when you rarely ever leave the dang house. And when you say you have a job, I know what you mean. You just get online and do some stupid crap and make base level pay, right? I'm sorry, but that is not a real job, Mom.
What?
Grandma really had it all right, saying that you're a lost cause of a woman. Having a mom like you is literally the worst.
Grandma said that about me?
I wonder what I'll have to eat over at her place tonight. Yesterday, she treated me to some really good sushi, and I think today we should go out for steaks.
Alicia, can you please stop what you're doing? I saw that once again you started to say weird things to Kate about me.
Oh, and what kind of weird things have I told her this time? I only ever tell that kid the truth and nothing else. And those things happen to include that you are jobless and do nothing for your family. I feel so bad for her having a mother like you in her life.
And I explained to you before this is what my job entails, right? I work from home as a remote worker. And even still, I'm making upwards of $200,000 a year doing this kind of work. I even showed you my bank books and everything so that you could see I was telling you the truth.
You think I was going to believe that made-up bank book that you brought here to show me? Nobody would believe that. Ugh. Making $200,000 a year at your own home? There's no way a woman could ever be making that kind of money, especially when she sits at home all day.
Excuse me?
I'm sure you just made that fake bank book in some spreadsheet somewhere online to try and fool me, right? But I'm sorry, I'm not the kind of old woman that can fall for fraud so easily. I know what's the truth and what's not.
I guess so, then. You're one of those old folks that only believes what they want to believe and will call everything else a hoax.
Huh?
I understand that you want to believe all of this to be a lie, but it's the truth, Alicia. So I'm asking that you please stop telling my daughter any more lies about me, okay?
Well, if you really are making that $200,000 a year, then you'd better start giving me a monthly allowance. Oh, wait, you won't, will you? Because every time I've asked so far for money, you've never even given me a penny. In other words, you don't have any money to give me, right? That means you're not making $200,000, and probably not even $100.
You happen to receive enough every month to support yourself, though, right? So I believe that there is no reason to be sending you any of my money, and that's why I don't. From what I've already heard from Kate, you seem to go out to eat quite a lot, and high-priced foods at that. You'll always take her out to go eat at the most expensive restaurants in town, and then go at least once a month on vacation, right? Old people like me love to spend money. The only way we're able to carry on into old age is by spending money. But it seems you don't understand that, do you? You really are a no-good wife, aren't you? Huh? I really wonder why my son had to end up marrying a defect woman like you. Well, it's not too late for him yet, so I want you to hurry up and leave him, please.
I'm finally finished with my work for the day, Patty. I'm gonna go out to grab some food for us right now, so just hang on a little bit longer. And as for what happened between you and my mom, I'm sorry. You said she was back at it with telling more lies to Kate, right?
This time it was about how I'm not making any money at all. You remember before that I showed her things like my bank books and everything to get her to believe me, right? But she never believed any of that and thinks it was all fake.
And I've been telling her time and time again about you. Yet she never seems to have it in herself to even listen to her own son about it.
Well, your mom seems to be the kind of person that's even worse than other old folks at her age. She only wants to think of things the same as they were in the past and won't accept anything else. I get that it's hard for her to understand that a lot of people these days work from home, but thinking that she'd actually continue to get my own daughter wrapped up in that way of thinking? I thought I had finally put some distance between her and I, but now Kate is into all of it and on her side.
To say that she's on her side would mean she actually wants to agree with Mom. I think it's more that my mom is just brainwashing her, right? She's got her saying all sorts of bad things about you now and probably doesn't even know that they're all completely false.
What she was saying about me being a shut-in loser today really hurt me a lot. I've been putting all my energy into making sure we have enough money to live a very relaxed and peaceful life. Yet she'll sit there saying I'm not good enough to be a mother.
I'm so sorry, Patty. This is all my mom's fault. For the time being, let's just have Kate stay over at her house. Right now, you still have a lot of projects to focus on and shouldn't have her around bugging you the whole time. So once you have everything under control with work, then we can focus on dealing with Kate and my mom.
Are you okay with that? Doing that might actually make things worse for us, right?
I mean, at this point, things are already at their worst, so there's nowhere to go but up from here. And honestly, I just don't want them around you for a while, because I'm afraid you might get really upset. And if the main pillar in this house gets upset and collapses, then everyone in the family will be screwed, right? I'm not asking for us to run away from the problem, but rather just put some distance between us for a while.
That's a good point. Trying to fix things now wouldn't do them any good. So let's just let things settle down first, and we'll make another chance to talk with them.
That's right. I'll let my mom and Kate know about this so you can sit back and relax. When I get home, I'll give you the food that I bought, and then you could eat and get yourself a good night's sleep.
Mom? I just happened to hand in the divorce paperwork for both you and Dad. And so from now on, you can consider yourself a stranger to us all. Now hurry up and get your butt out of that house.
Huh? You handed in divorce paperwork?
I had a talk with Grandma about it. She asked me what the best way was of getting you out of the house since you're so useless. And after thinking of all the options we could have, there was nothing worth our time that would seem to get you to step up and be a good wife and mother. So in the end, we decided that divorce was the only option and took care of all that for you guys.
Huh?
No matter what someone who's unemployed says to either myself or Grandma, the only choice was getting your shut-in loser butt out of the family.
You're lying about handing in your own parents' divorce papers, right? That's just some twisted joke, right?
Why would I ever joke about something so good? I just went out with Grandma and we both handed the papers in together to the city office. And once you are out of that house, there will be one less person, right? So we'll have room for Grandma to move in with Dad and myself, and the three of us can live together.
That frickin' Alicia. She wasn't able to get an allowance from me, so her next plan is getting into that house with Johnny? And so she's going to have me forced out of the house because she sees me as in the way, right? She's really done a good job setting this whole family on fire now.
Stop going on about all of this and get the hell out of our house. We've already gotten all her things packed up for her and ready to have her moved in. We also talked with the landlord about the apartment as well and had her lease ended on it, so we're ready to come over.
What? You're already finished with all of that stuff?
That's why the only thing left to do is get rid of your butt. I have no need for a shut-in mom anymore. We already made sure that you'd no longer be married to Dad, all right? So get on with it and enjoy your new life being a homeless loser.
The only one that'll be homeless now are us, you idiot.
What?
Kate, you've really gone and done it now. At this point, there's really nothing else I can do to save you.
Dad? Huh? Why are you texting me using Mom's phone?
That's because your mom just threw her phone at me to deal with you. She told me she can no longer talk to you anymore. And as of right now, she's ran off to your room to start packing up all your things. So from now on, you and Grandma will have to start thinking about where you want to live next.
Huh? That loser of a woman shouldn't be allowed in my room without my permission. And she's the one that needs to think of where to live next, right? We already plan to live in that house because she'll no longer be there. From now on, it'll be the three of us living there. Mom will be gone and it will be Grandma coming in to take her place.
I'm sorry, but you can no longer live here. This is the house that she built for all of us. And even the land is hers, so there's nothing we can do to get her to leave it. And the fact that you even tried to kick her out of her own house means that there is no need for you to be living here anymore.
What?
I really hope that she is still nice enough to let me live with her now that our marriage has been threatened. She might take this as me being just as unbearable as you and Grandma and kick me out as well. Being my age and homeless pretty much means I'm done for and should just off myself.
No, wait, Dad. What do you mean that house and land are hers? You're the one that had it built for us, right? Normally it's always the husband that does things like that for his wife, right?
Well, she's not your average wife. Patty really loves her job a lot and has made it so far in the company that she's now making over $200K a year. And the reason we've had this house is all thanks to her.
What? She's actually making that much every year?
She sure is. But it seems that both you and your grandma didn't want to believe that. Your mom is a very popular web designer after all, and that's why she's done so well. She gets in a lot of work from all kinds of companies, and that's how she makes that kind of money. And she makes all that money just by herself.
What?
And the land this house is on is quite expensive. Even if she was never around, we would have never been able to live this close to the city center. I can't believe she's this amazing of a woman, and you both never managed to see it.
Hold on. You're telling me that middle-aged loser is making $200,000 a year? But Grandma told me plenty of times that Mom has been the worst wife and is awful at everything she does. That's it. If Mom is really making that kind of money every year, then there's no problem here, right? That would mean that you're making way more than her, right? You are the man of the house, after all.
You think so?
Well, Mom is able to make that kind of money without even having to leave her room, right? So you must be making at least 3 times that much being out of the house all the time for work, right? Who am I kidding? You're probably making close to $1 million every year, right, Dad? So there's no problem with this divorce and you leaving that crummy house to Mom. You can just have a brand new house built for the 3 of us.
I only work part-time right now, Kate.
Huh?
You think I'm making over $200K a year working a part-time job? It's pretty rare for me to even make around $2,000 a month, actually.
Wait a second. You're working part-time? That's a lie, right? You're always leaving the house in a nice suit and everything for work, right? You're telling me that's all for a part-time job?
Actually, during that time, I was working for a full-time company, but just last week I ended up quitting that job.
You quit your job there?
The work I was doing for them there only began to grow worse and worse for me. I was even being given less time to eat lunch recently. And the new CEO that was chosen starting this year has just been a pain in the butt for me. And so, when talking with your mom about it, she told me it'd be better if I just left that job. I didn't think I'd ever be having to talk to my daughter about something like this, though.
Then why are you only working part-time now? Normally you'd start looking for a better full-time job, right? Why are you not working for a company full-time again and instead only working part-time?
Well, that's just what Patty and I decided on for me. I'm pretty burnt out from that last job, and there's no point trying to force myself to look for another job like that right away. So for a little while, I'll take it easy and let my body and brain rest up a bit. So now you can see what's been going on for me. I'm sorry, but your mom is making more than me now. And even if I was still in that past company, she'd be making $100,000 more than me a year.
So you've always been below Mom?
Well, your mom has always been working her job. And before we got married, she was looking for a man that wouldn't care about her working and making more than himself. So, to keep her happy about something like that, I just decided to work a part-time job as a way of still bringing in a little money, while she can rest knowing that I'm still not that worried about her making the money for us.
What?
But right as we're getting used to this new life, we've been faced with a sudden and unwanted divorce. If I'm tossed out of the house now, I'll probably also lose my part-time job and become a 40-year-old with no home and no job. And not only that, but I'll have to be stuck with my brat of a daughter and my useless mother. My life will really have no meaning anymore, and I really might as well just call it quits.
That's a lie, right? I've never heard about you working part-time now and that you left your past job?
Can you and your grandma start looking for a good park for the three of us to live in? That would help out a lot. I'll be going now.
Mom, I'm so sorry. I was wrong about everything this whole time. I never thought that you were that amazing of a person, Mom, so please don't kick Dad and I out of the house.
Huh? The whole reason for all of this is because you handed in our divorce papers, right? And that's why your dad and I are now strangers again. And I don't really want to live with strangers anyway.
I understand that something like that happened, but Grandma and I ran back to the office and got the papers dismissed for you both. Actually, they told us there were some problems with the papers anyway, and that they never would have been processed. So we were able to get all that taken care of for you. You're both not divorced.
Oh, is that right?
It is. So now the three of us can go right back to being a family again. I'll even make sure to start helping around the house more often for you. I'll do whatever you ask to make sure that you can focus all your attention and time on work.
It's great to hear they didn't process those divorce papers for you. But I'm sorry, Kate, I have had it up to here with you. You are no longer my daughter, nor are you even family to me now. I don't even want to see your face anymore.
Don't say something like that to me. I'm your one and only cute little daughter, right?
What about you makes you cute? I believe you meant to say revolting daughter.
Huh?
I think I'm going to have Alicia take care of you from now on for me.
What?
Now goodbye forever. I'll have all your things sent over to her place today for you. And after that, where you guys choose to live and how you choose to live will have nothing to do with me.
Wait, Patty, this is Alicia. I'm asking you to please listen to what I have to say.
If it isn't the devil herself, isn't this all great news? You're finally getting to be able to live all the time with that cute little brat, Kate. Whether it's in a park or under a bridge, having her with you will make everything all right.
Don't say such dry jokes like that, please. Listen, Patty, I have really changed after what's happened here. I'm so sorry for thinking of you as some kind of shut-in, and I'm really sorry for making Kate think of you as a parasite as well. You are very well off, and that makes me very proud to have you as my daughter-in-law, so please don't throw me away.
It's because the daughter-in-law that you're so proud of now is throwing you out that you're here right now? Well, let me just tell you, I'm not throwing all three of you away, okay? Johnny, your son, is going to continue living with me right here in this house. What? You're only letting my son stay with you? What about Kate and myself? I don't care about you two. I think a park bench or a dry spot under a bridge should be enough, right? What? I really love and care about Johnny. He has always been there to support me in the job I work. He has never asked for me to leave him, ever, and so I don't see the point in kicking him out. So I'd like for you to take great care of that granddaughter you love so much. But you plan to push caring for her onto me? Push caring for her onto you? You were the one that wanted to live with her so badly, though. But please, wait. I've already canceled my lease on this apartment and everything. And as for the money that my husband left for me, it's almost all gone. Wait, is that so? Yet you guys won't let me come live with you now? And you're leaving Kate in my hands? Well, if you're in that much trouble, I guess I can give you a little bit of money every month to take care of her. But besides that, I'm not biting. Now you both go ahead and find a good place to sleep from now on, okay? What about Johnny? My son has to be opposed to this, right? Forcing his only child onto his mother like this, there's no way he's okay with this. He was the one that recommended it. Huh? He told me that he has no desire of living with a daughter that would hurt her own mother, nor a mother that would brainwash his own daughter. There's no way! I honestly never cared that you were upset with me all the time and would call me a bad wife. But because you got my daughter wrapped up in it and even tried getting your son and I divorced, I tried so hard to explain my job and everything to you, yet you never budged. And getting my own daughter to start calling me a shut-in loser? That was... So now, good luck raising my daughter with what little money you have left, and I'll make sure to put some money into your account every month for Kate. And in return for that, I'll be taking great care of your son for you. After that, Alicia and Kate moved into a small and cheap apartment together, and with the small amount of money she has left and the tiny amount I'm giving for Kate, the two of them live a very rough life. But it turns out that Alicia is now using up all the money that's supposed to go into caring for Kate. And so the two of them get into fights quite often over whatever money they have left and where it goes. My husband will go over there every so often to see how things were going, but the last time he went, Kate started to cry to him, asking for him to get me to forgive her. But Johnny knew that she hadn't learned her lesson yet, and that she was just putting on a face to try and get him to fall for it. And then he replied to her, asking that she should leave school soon and start working herself to make some money for her grandma and her. Hopefully, by recommending her that, she will learn what it's like to have to work for your own things, as well as to care for another being, that being her grandmother. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what goes down there next.